Okay, from the handout you got today in class, it says Chapter 6.5 through 6.6, worksheet number 1. Okay, we want to do a couple of examples that we did in class, just for review. It's number 9. We have 4 sine squared x equals 3. Okay, to solve this one. Okay, so we want to get sine squared x by itself, so we're going to divide both sides by 4. Then we're left with sine squared x equals 3/4. Okay, to get sine x by itself, we're going to take the square root of both sides. When we take the square root of both sides, we're left with sine x. We added the square root, so it's plus or minus square root of 3. And then on the bottom, square root of 4 is 2. So now we're going to look at our unit circle. Everywhere we find sine x to be positive or negative, square root of 3/2. So that's going to happen at 60 degrees, at 300 degrees, at 120 degrees, and at 240 degrees. Okay, the next one we wanted to do together that we did in class was number 11 on the back. We have 2 sine squared x plus 3 sine x plus 1 equals 0. Okay, so this one, we have 2 sine squared x plus 3 sine x plus 1 equals 0. All right, since we have sines, all sines, we want to just think of it as a quadratic equation. So if I look over here, we're going to think of it like 2x squared plus 3x plus 1 equals 0. Well, to solve this one, I know I can factor. So to factor, we take 2 times 1. That gives us x squared plus 3x plus 2. Now we're going to look for two things that multiply to 2 and add to 3. So I'll have 2 times 1 equals 2, and 2 plus 1 equals 3. So x plus 2 times x plus 1. Now remember, we multiplied that 2 at the beginning, so we need to divide it back out. So my final is x plus 1 times, and we pull this up because it doesn't simplify, 2x plus 1. Okay, so I'm going to think about this in terms of this. So everywhere I have an x, I'm going to replace it with sine x. So this will factor to sine x plus 1 times 2 sine x plus 1 equals 0. Now that these two are being multiplied together, I can set it into two fractions. Sine x plus 1 equals 0, and 2 sine x plus 1 equals 0. Subtract 1 from both sides. Sine x equals -1. From our unit circle, sine equals -1 at 270 degrees. Over here, we want to add our 2 sine x plus 1, so we want to subtract 1 from both sides. 2 sine x equals -1. Divide by 2. We have sine x equals -1/2. Where on our unit circle is sine x -1/2? That happens at 330 degrees and 220 degrees. Okay, and the last one we're going to do together is number 14. We have 2 cosine squared x plus sine x equals 2. Okay, on this one I'm thinking, okay, I have cosine squared x and a sine x. Well, I need both of these to be the same trig function. So I need either to have all cosines or all sines. Well, if I think back to my Pythagorean identities, I know that I can change this to 1 minus sine squared x. So then I'm going to bring everything else down. All right, now to solve it, I want to distribute my 2 into both of these terms. So I have 2 minus 2 sine squared x plus sine x equals 2. Okay, so now I'm going to try to get 0 on this side, so I'll subtract 2 from both sides. When I do that, these 2's also cancel, so I'm left with -2 sine squared x plus sine x equals 0. Okay, now if I'm thinking of without the signs, I have negative 2x plus x equals 0. Okay, this I could factor out an x, and I'm left with negative 2, I'm sorry, this one is squared, negative 2x plus 1 equals 0. Alright, so now if I put that in terms of sign, I would have sine x times negative 2 sine x plus 1 equals 0. Now that I have multiplication, I can set it apart into two fractions. Okay, sine x is 0 at 360 degrees, at 0 degrees, and at 180 degrees. Now go back to your domain. Your domain is on the front side. It says that x is less than or equal to 0, which is less than 360 degrees. So if you look at 360 and plug it in, 360 degrees, this is not true. So we don't use 360, we only use 0 and 180 because both of those fall between 0 and 360. Okay, to the second part, minus 1 from both sides, negative 2 sine x equals negative 1. Divide by negative 2. I have sine x equals negative over negative is positive 1/2. So where is sine positive 1/2? That's at 30 degrees and at 150 degrees. So we have four answers, 0 and 180, 30 and 150.